Ew.
Staring down the barrel of that pole. As you know,
I
we
don't
are
know.
the pole assassin kings of record.
I don't know why, but seeing Pole Assassin like in the writing just made it so much funnier.
It makes it real. It makes it real. But all of it is so unreal that I hope it never ends. Uh, we will get into that. Texas literally has never been more back than they are
This
right
is this
now.
is this is as back as it gets.
In fact, yes, we have hit the upper limit. Like even for Texas, like it cannot get more back than this unless I don't
No.
know a comet hits Earth and whatever, dude.
Even
There's
then,
no way it could get more back.
yeah, even then, I'm not sure if that's backer than anything that compared to what we've got here.
And look, I'll be the first to say I am ashamed of myself for not trying to live break this when it was going on. It's all going down on Monday, but I was I saw some like rumblings of it. I was like, okay, well, I don't know what this is. Seems like there's a lot going on. I don't know. And lo and behold, the treasure trove of what
Oh
this
man,
actually was all came to pass. And, continual. More is coming. More is coming. Uh, yeah, yes. Maybe. Dude, I don't even
could
know,
be,
dude.
could be.
There's no limits to this thing. This thing has legs for days. But Tyler,
So
how
does
the hell
so does
are you
Pole
doing?
Assassin.
Woo! Woo! How are you doing on this Wednesday, Tyler?
Man, I am doing well. This is like you said, kind of the title of our show tonight broke during our show Monday. Right afterwards, like we were just like texting each other, like I don't know, 20 minutes after the show ended, we were both just like, "This is incredible!"
As you go down the
like
rabbit
this
hole
is
of what
yeah.
all this entails, you were just like, oh, no. Oh, no. No. Oh, my
Honestly, like
God.
I thought this, like the Pole Assassin story, I thought this was going to be the entirety of our show today. Then the NFL just goes wild. The World Series ends. The college football rankings come out. Like we actually have shit to talk about on a Wednesday. Like
Yeah.
Pole Assassin could be our entire show, but there's actually a lot of shit that happens, so we kind of have to take away a little bit from Pole Assassin to cover everything.
In a perfect world, this would be an hour of Pole Assassin talk.
Yes,
And we
yes,
will give it its time of day for sure.
that it
But
rightfully deserves.
yes, it deserves a lot, even more than what we know right now. But we'll get to that and a lot going on, obviously, in other sports realms.
Other than that, though, I'm doing well. A lot of sports talk about, and even the rest of the week. Yeah, West Ham Europa tomorrow. Like we got a lot of stuff to look forward to. All in all, Ron, I'm doing good. How are you doing this evening?
Doing well. We had a late crisis. Shout out. Thank you, Tyler, for getting the link put together because Thomas and I had to kind of, I wouldn't say, well, yeah, I will say scramble to figure some things out with the, look, I don't want to break the fourth wall here, but if you're listening
Do it,
on
break it.
Pandora, Spotify, whatever, I don't want to shock you, but it's not actually Ross Tucker's voice. I know that may be upsetting to
What?
people.
Oh my
I
god!
know. Well, look,
End the
I'm just
show.
going to
End
say
it. No, we're done. We're done. We're done. This is it.
we have to power through. We're in
I don't want
the
to go on. I
age.
don't want to go on.
Please stay with me. But yes, we had to kind of deal with some of that stuff at the very end of the day. Got it done. And still more to come tomorrow, but doing well on that regard. And really, a lot going on. Look, Pole Assassin, look, we all took joy from that, and we will get to that. But
Mm-hmm.
as far as the one thing, just really putting wind in my sails, that is the Astros lose. Suck it,
There you go.
Astros.
There you go.
I mean, it's a shame. It's a shame that they still just waiting for that one when they didn't cheat to win. I mean, it's a good team. It's a capable
It
team. I
is a
like
good team.
Dusty
It's a very good
Baker.
team.
A lot of talent on that team, but yeah, it's just you feel like they could win legitimately, but apparently they can't. So shout out to the New York Post taking out the trash, who has not invested in this at all. And I'm sure they had disparaging headlines against the Braves when they played the Yankees in the World Series. But everyone, I think, universally at this point hates the Astros. Hey,
shout out
kind of
Detroit.
did it to yourself.
Hey, do they hate the Astros in Detroit? Let us know. Let us know. We got a comment from Detroit, Michigan. I want to know if they hate the Astros in Detroit.
Let us know. Please let us know. From Detroit, Rock City, checking in. But look, dude, set aside our Dodger bias, and I never, ever once, ever on this program, you can look it up, you can go back through all of them. I don't know why you would. I never called for the Astros World Series to be taken away. I thought that was dumb. I thought it was a stupid take. But they're also just dickheads, dude. And everyone hates you guys now. So no one feels bad for you. And good. Suck it. You lost.
There we go. Loves Texas, but not anymore. So there we go.
It's a big state. It's a big state.
Cease with the throwback there. Nicely done. But
yes. Now I'm just thinking about like the NBA thing where they have the sponsor on the one side. And just put Enron on the Astros one. Like, bound to fail. Bound to fail.
Yes. So the Atlanta Braves do win the World Series, taking the series 4-2 as Trevor Plouffe predicted back in March. Oddly enough, shout out Trevor Plouffe. But yeah,
there could be some financial implications that he may have missed out on.
I don't believe he actually laid the bet down, but he would be able to solve a lot of the world's problems with the money he would have made if he would have placed a bet on that.
No doubt. Look, this got off to the best possible way that any of us could have imagined, but also we saw the grand slam in the first inning in the previous game, and we saw how that worked out. But a lot of shades. I know, Cease, back me up. How hyped up were you when Pujols, then a Cardinal, just nuked a ball off this earth against Brad Lidge, where he had to crouch in shame. He could not even bear to look at it. Soler did his best to duplicate that.
High fly ball to left and goodbye. Soler with a monster blast into left, and the Braves lead 3-0 here in the third.
God. Just murdered that thing. Jeez.
Woo! That was great. I saw that before I did, head out to CEO Nick, shout out, his house for a little birthday celebration for a friend of the program, Jasmine. But just everything, the way it went down, pretty much for the rest of America was great. Look, I don't choose. We're both Dodger fans. No one else is. But
it's fine.
Everyone hates the Astros. They're all dickheads. Let's just no apology, no penalty, no anything, because they all snitch on each other. And then the GM and the coach get fired, and we just move on like nothing happened. Like, word? Okay. Well, so now this will, here we are.
But Soler just absolutely destroying that one. There we go. I was just going to pull that up. You can see somebody found the ball he hit, and bats don't usually leave marks like that on balls. That just lets you further know just how absolutely bad he destroyed that pitch. I mean, there was evil intentions on that swing. He was like, I'm either going to send this like to the other side of Houston, or I'm going to like pull an oblique muscle on this. And fortunately, it was the Pryor at Soler, very deservingly so, winning the MVP. I mean, he just absolutely smashed the hell out of the ball the entire series against the Astros, obviously capping it with that early home run that, even though there was still plenty of game left, like that one kind of sealed the deal. Like you could just feel the air just leave the stadium along with the ball on that home run.
Yeah, and look, dude, like I said, I mean, does anyone – I know there are actual Astro fans, so
Sure.
Don't get me wrong, but everyone else was probably super excited to see that, and then it just kept going. They just get blown out. I want to say, well, yes, I will say, deserved outcome, because suck at Astros. We see this walking in the tunnel. If only they had their MVP, maybe things would be different. But also, shout out this beyond this game.
It's a great Twitter
definitely recommend following this account, Would It Dong, because they will give you every home run and would it be a home run in which parks, launch angle, everything. It's safe to say that's a home run in every park. That's across the street.
That would have been a home run to center field in the Polo Grounds. Like that's how absurd and how far that ball went.
I think it's still currently in low Earth orbit. We are waiting, and hopefully, be safe out there, because when that ball comes down, crashing through your roof, nobody wants to see property damage, but it could happen. So
I think that, I don't know if you've seen the trailer for that Moonfall movie coming out, where like the whole premise is the moon like comes crashing onto Earth. I think the twist is going to be Pujols' ball hit the moon, brought it down.
Yeah, mess up the tides for everyone.
So spoiler alert. Sorry, Roland Emmerich, that I'm spoiling your movie for you, but
my biorhythms, everything's messed up because he jacked up the tides by knocking the moon like quarter of an inch off. Now screws everything up. But good. Suck at Astros. Look, still a good team. Don't get me wrong. Never said they weren't a good team of talented players. I'll admit, I still like Dusty Baker as manager. He's kind of old school, but I don't feel bad. Just you guys hoping one day, someday, somehow, you could win one without cheating. But we'll see. We'll see if that happens.
Well, look, you got to feel good for somebody like Freddie Freeman. Just all around kind of nobody in the MLB has a bad word to say about him. Produces on the field. He finally gets his championship. They see him as the plane arriving there in Atlanta, holding up the title. And I did enjoy this. The shout out from the last Georgia team to win a championship, the Atlanta Thrashers.
In the sky. Coming down from
Atlanta Thrashers, RIP.
Too beautiful for this world. But yes, shout out to everyone definitely the Braves. Look, they tormented the shit out of the Dodgers for a long time.
Yeah.
We kind of had a text thread going last night. I was like, dude, I hated the Braves. But at this point, anyone but the Astros, like, it's beyond that. And then you look back, it's like, man, the Braves really had some good teams. So I get it. And I'm all about it, especially if the Astros lose in their home stadium.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like this Braves team that they're probably going to be good for a while because they're still all pretty dang young. Like
I feel like one game away from the World Series last year.
Yeah, I feel like they're a lot more likable than those Braves teams of the '90s were.
Well, please, how dare you disparage Terry Pendleton? All the legends on that team. But I say that sarcastically, but they did have like a ton of good players. Just a powerhouse that just could never get over the top. And I know wind in the sails here for Justin because, of course, he had to make the Cowboys tie-in. But, again, sorry, Amanda, we saw how it worked out for the Florida Gators. Up until now, every time the Braves have gotten the World Series, they beat Georgia.
Yeah, that didn't happen. That didn't happen.
It's not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed.
Sorry, it took me a second to find that.
No, it's fine. Yes. Thank you, and also screw you, StreamYard, that we have to deal with this. But one more time, I'm going to fire this up because it's been a season-long journey. And I just want to, look, I think now that they've lost, I don't know if I would say like Iron Shake make you humble. They're still going to be good. But we have to play the thing one more time.
Love me some piano.
I
don't want piano. I want piano.
That hot jazz.
Yeah.
We might get censored for that. I don't know. But good. Hey, go on, Braves. Look, Tyler already said it's not a bad team. Like, everyone was kind of like sneak bashing them. Like, dude, what is this World Series? We're not getting the best teams in there. And I think it was all motivated by like, all right, well, if it was LA and the Yankees or Boston, that would drive more ratings. Obviously it would. But at the end of the day, suck it Astros. They just suck it Astros. Suck it hard. Get out of here. I hate you. Taking out the trash.
Well, in one other piece of baseball news before we move on here, this news broke a couple hours ago here. It is expected that tomorrow Giants catcher Buster Posey will be announcing his retirement. As Ronnie has clearly stated on here, we are definitely both Dodgers fans. So in the sense of the Dodgers-Giants rivalry, I am not sad to see him go. But I will also say I think even the most hardcore Dodger fan, / Giants hater will say the only thing you can really hate about Buster Posey is that he's on the Giants. Other than that, don't really got much bad to say about the guy. Hell of a player. I think a definite Hall of Famer. Kind of surprising to see him retiring this early, although he's been around for a while. A lot of wear and tear on those knees as a catcher for sure. But hell of a player.
He can still hit that ball, though.
He definitely, God knows, he tormented the Dodgers in the playoffs this year.
And, yeah, kind of, I felt like the only thing that's not surprising about this is that he was sort of, yes, the COVID thing, he sat out last year, whatever. Getting up there, miles on the knees, legs, whatever. But the bounce back year this year, you can kind of see, like, all right, this guy, he still has it. He's still a threat. One of the better hitters in that lineup. But, good for him. And certainly good for us, for the love of God, that he will not play against the Dodgers, because this guy is still capable of doing it by all indications.
Kind of a bit surprising when, kind of the prevailing talk is that in these, upcoming labor negotiations, like, it's kind of expected that everybody will go to universal DH. So you would think that would have maybe kept him around a little bit longer because he can, catch twice a week and then DH the rest of the week. But still want to retire. Look, can't be mad at the guy. He's made plenty of money. So hope he's happy. But again, glad that he is not going to be hitting against the Dodgers, 20 times a year anymore.
No, and I mean, I don't think I've ever seen this guy do anything that was, outwardly unclassy or anything like that. I mean, he seems just like a pretty reasonable guy by all means. But, and again, good for us that he's not, thank God, hitting against the Dodgers again. But, hey, good for him. Take your right off into the sunset with a huge win season also. Historical amount of wins in the regular season for the Giants. As much as that pains me to say, but yes. It seems like a pretty decent dude, you know? Like, never really had any beef with this guy. He's just good at baseball and good at hurting my team.
Yeah, no, the only thing I ever had to say negative about him is that he plays for the Giants and he kills the Dodgers. That's about it.
That Posey rule was not his fault. Yeah, well, I think that was going to happen anyway, also, with everything that's going on, or has been going on. But, yeah, as a fan of the Dodgers, he will not be missed. But as a baseball fan, he will be missed. That's all, it's the best way I could say. So, moving on, we had Champions League yesterday. Not a whole lot of, shock outcomes here. Shout out, dude, Lewandowski. I already texted Tyler during the day. Like, he is on some kind of other mission that maybe we don't know about. And I'm not going to sit here and get in the man's head, but he shows up to the stadium, he scores goals. And lo and behold, hat trick. Yes, it's Benfica, but whatever, dude. Like, put him on the field, guaranteed at least a goal and the threat of many other goals. So shout out to him. Still one of my favorite guys to watch.
Yeah, just absolutely terrorized Benfica there. I believe he got the hat trick. So just an absolute beast. And going back to Man U, Cristiano Ronaldo is single-handedly keeping Man U in like any sort of just like state of. He's keeping them out of a state of embarrassment. Is what he's doing.
He's keeping Ole employed. He's doing it for all of us.
He's doing the Lord's work in that case. Yes, Ronaldo with the minute with the tying goal in the dying minutes to secure the tie against Atalanta in a game that Man U really had no right getting a point out of.
And the goal, I mean, the tying goal was
fantastic. Yeah.
Look, I know he's old. He obviously probably cannot go out there and run around for 90 minutes 3 times a week, but he's still got it. Like, in case you forgot, kind of thing. Like, dude, that was so difficult. The technique on that goal was just like, damn, dude. All right. Yeah, he's still Ronaldo. Damn. All right.
But, so yeah, there we had Tuesday's rundown. Then we did have more Champions League today. Sheriff, just
that's still my heart. That's still my heart.
Yeah, unfortunately, just just one of those days. Look, they got a goal at the very end. Maybe that goal differential will come into play. That'll maybe get them through to the next round, hopefully. But yeah, other than that, Inter just kind of had their way with them there. Liverpool beating up on Atletico. I mean, just kind of surprised it was 2-0. Maybe expected Atletico to get a goal out of it, but Liverpool's damn good right now. They're in great form. Salah is just best player in the world right now, so that happened.
Look, I will just say, I'll break again the fourth wall. Sheriff was the only team of my parlay today that did not hit. I was going for a tie, and it looked good at halftime. It looked good, but I can't stay mad. I cannot stay mad at you, Sheriff, you plucky underdogs with your black jerseys straight out of AYSO with no sponsor on the front, just generic Adidas jerseys. I still love you. You always have a place right here in my heart. But yes, all the other ones came through. Unfortunately, just Sheriff was the only one that let me down. But that's my favorite child. So again, right here.
You can do no wrong.
Hey, cuddle up right here next to Big Mama. Hey, we'll make it all better.
Also, shout out to the Leipzig PSG game. Leipzig getting a pretty late penalty to earn a tie out of that one. Kind of expect PSG to maybe run away with the group with all the talent they have, but they haven't quite been able to put it together a lot like Man United this year.
No Messi also today, but yeah, PSG, I don't know, man. It's like it feels like the early days of Man City when they got money. Like we have everyone, but it's just a bunch of dudes. Like it's not a
It's
team.
it's 11 dudes running around.
So yeah, something great will probably happen once a game, but also you're playing against a team that's like fighting for their life and relevancy. It doesn't always work out. So maybe show up a little bit harder. But shout out Leipzig also. Tyler Adams, my boy Jesse. I forgot his last name. Marsh. Both Americans. We're doing big things out there in Europe. Go on. And also, still, we are kings of CONCACAF. So please believe that.
That's right. That's right. You come get that Nations League trophy.
Come get it. Come get it. Come get it, Mexico, with no fans.
So that's right. Champions League concludes. We got Europa tomorrow, but nobody cares about Europa unless your team's in it. So shout out West Ham going to Belgium to take on Genk. West Ham, if they get the win, for all intents and purposes, will clinch a spot into the round of 16. So come on, you Irons.
And then we just have to play Sheriff in a death match to decide.
God, I hope not. I hope not.
For the title of champion of the universe.
Sheriff, you either need to advance in the next round of Champions League or you need to finish fourth in your pool and be eliminated, because I don't want to see you in Europa.
No, nobody does, dude. It's terrifying. And then you're going to have to go to Moldova at some point also.
That's true.
So,
that's right.
Lord knows.
A lovely Thursday night in Moldova.
Disputed zone. Yes, it actually is a disputed zone. So good luck going on the road to face that. These guys are terrifying. Yes, also, Ajax was part of my parlay. They were kind of dicking around for a while. And then, of course, Hilaire scored. Dude, whatever, dude. I will give props to Seb. Sucked for West Ham, but look, Premier League is kind of a different thing, so I get it. I saw his comments also, like, well, I mean, I don't think it's a step back, and kind of prestige-wise, it really isn't. And if you play for Ajax, you're probably going to be in the Champions League every year and score a ton of goals playing against Dutch teams that defense has not reached the Netherlands yet. I don't like. It's a slow boat to get over there. I don't know why, but it's a free for all. It's a goal fest. Josie Altidore scored like 30 goals for AZ. So yeah. And then we saw what happened when he went to like Sunderland. Like, dude, what? Okay, well, but hey, good for him. And they pulled it out. Again, they had a long period of time when they were up a man, which I thought was a pretty bad call. So weak, that's why I couldn't be mad at the penalty call, which I also thought was bad. But that initially gave Dortmund the lead. But Ajax, hey, looking good. Keep going. Screw it. Whatever. Stay out of Europa League.
Oh, I think they've actually already clinched a spot into the next round of Champions League, so don't got to worry about that.
Well, Haller had to ball out, dude. He doesn't want to go back up against West Ham, dude. We will roast this fool. Please. That's a revenge game.
Yeah, that's pretty well, yeah. It's weird seeing him actually like moving around and doing things when he's out there with Ajax.
It's upsetting.
He kind of didn't like that whole effort thing when he was in London.
Wow, yeah, it's a classic French indifference.
That's true. Yeah.
Man, that's part of the charm, right? It's part of the charm. Anyway, we could have had a great thing going, bro. But instead, no, whatever. Let's move on. All right. We do have a lot of NFL news. I see, and we'll get to you, no ID. So let's hit real quick the college news. Well, first, yes. All right. We'll start with the bad. We'll go to the good. I guess for anyone that's not a fan of Texas, that will not be the good for you. The bad is the rankings continue to be really dumb. Oregon number 4, for the love of God, dude. Oregon number 4? Are you kidding me? Just Just name it. We don't want anyone from not like one of the big five, like in here. Just call it what it is. We already know.
Yeah, it's. I mean, look, obviously there's always going to be issues with the selection committee, especially when they don't have like a set formula to go by. When they pick these teams, it's just they have kind of carte blanche on it. Cincinnati number 6. Like, nobody should be really surprised that they're going to leave Cincinnati out no matter what. But then, you know what? I will actually give them credit. I had texted you and Justice last night. Like, you notice they actually didn't rank Houston or SMU either, so that way they could say, "Look, Cincinnati only beat one team in the rankings. Look, there's no other people in there. They only beat Notre Dame." Which, meanwhile, Alabama, their best win is against the number 16 Mississippi, and they have a loss to a number 14 ranked team on there as well. So, but hey, whatever. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, I saw a post on Reddit today where somebody pointed out like exactly how bizarre these rankings are. Like, they're doing stuff they've never done before in these rankings, like with facts of like previous years of like, they rated this way, but then they went against it this year because of this reason. Like, it's just insane. Like, honestly, just call it the college football invitational. Then, like, you can't be mad when they just pick who they want to in the Final Four.
Yeah, this is our custom invite to you that we extend, that we choose to put on TV in our Final Four. Because, again, dude, Michigan State, all right, yes, undefeated.
They're undefeated. Fine.
But, again, Georgia, Alabama, they're going to be somewhere in that top 4 at the end, barring something drastic. But Oregon, like I told you yesterday, Auburn, right now, if they played Oregon, give me Auburn. Dude, give me San Diego State against Oregon. Like, Oregon, really? Like, Fresno State took you down to the wire. Oregon it's ridiculous. Like,
number 23, Fresno State. Thank you very much.
That's right. I mean, better than San Diego State. Yeah, run it back, dude. If you're really that confident, Fresno State, they want that ass again. We'll see what happens next time, because it was close the first time.
I will actually give them this much as far as the rankings go. Like, right now, I would completely agree that the Buckeyes are a way better team than Oregon. But Oregon does have a win against them, so they've at least got Oregon above them in that sense, because I hate this whole, like, I hate the finality of the argument being, like, if they played today, they would win. Like, how can you use a theoretical game over, like, an actual result? I don't know. So in that sense, at least they got Oregon right there. But, I mean, yeah, it's just, kind of like when you look down in Joel Klatt talked about this today when he was on Colin Cowherd's show. The only reason I even listened to that show was I was in my truck and I heard Joel Klatt was going to be on. Otherwise, fuck Colin Cowherd.
All right, good. You better explain your reasoning for listening to Cowherd.
But he made a point, like, when you look at these rankings, they're basically setting up to give a reason for if Alabama loses again to justify them being in the top 4. That's why you've got Mississippi at 16, Mississippi State at 17. Lord knows Mississippi State is not that good, yet they're ranked 17th. No. They're kind of setting up to where, like, okay, like, again, because Alabama and Georgia are going to play each other. Like, they're going to play each other in the championship. If Georgia wins, you can easily put both teams in. They have one loss. If Alabama wins, you put both of them in with one loss. If Georgia wins, you have to justify a reason to keep Alabama in there with 2 losses. And they're setting that up early now. They're setting up now with some of these rankings. So it's just like, it's such a shitty system. Like, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand it's all about money, but, like, literally any other sport at any level has, like, a concrete way to set up a playoff system, and college football doesn't.
No, yeah, it's just, and I first of all, to answer the Barron's question, I would put Cincinnati in the 4th spot.
Cincinnati, absolutely.
And I think them putting them at 6 is kind of like, well, look, dude, they're just starting out. Like, look, they start out at 6. The first rankings came out. Like, they can only go up. Well, look, we know they can only go down. Watch when the next one comes out. Watch what happens.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's definitely set up for that. I mean, if they did it by putting Oklahoma and Wake Forest behind, because if you're right, if one of those teams ahead of Cincinnati loses, but Oklahoma or Wake Forest keep winning, they'll automatically slingshot them because they're
They're going to
undefeated
jump them.
teams in a Power Five conference. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's all set up to keep Cincinnati out. It's just it's as much as I love college football, I absolutely despise the playoff selection. It's the worst.
Just make it 8. Just make it 8, and
Sure.
then 8 is good. Like, we're good on 8. I think
Yeah.
pretty much across the board, like more than 8 is too much, but 8 is good.
It's a lot easier to, if a team that's, ranked 9th, if they miss playoffs, it's a lot easier to dismiss them than it is to dismiss a team that finishes 5th or 6th in a 14 playoff.
And gets cut out. Yeah. Hey, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Shout out to the committee. That's great work. Just keep it up.
Oregon lost to Stanford and Ohio State lost to Oregon, and that loss looks worse and worse every week. So there's your 4 and 5 out the window.
Dude, Navy is a tough game. Nobody wants to play Navy.
That's true. A lot of teams struggle against Navy.
But again, Cincinnati should be 4 right now. If we're going with the 4, we're sticking with the 4. We're stuck with the 4. Let's be honest. Cincinnati should be 4. I'm all in on that.
I might even argue Alabama should be 4, Michigan State should be 2, and Cincinnati should be 3.
Ooh, okay. Well, I'm down with that too.
Just because losses have to mean something. Like wins and losses have to mean something.
The 6 for Cincinnati just felt so just disingenuous. Like, all right, we're going to put them at 6. So implying that they have a chance, even though we know they don't, because we won't allow them to go in there. But hey, you guys are close. It's the first time we put the rankings out. So yeah, no, they're never going to let that happen.
That's the second time in 2 days I've been told I'm going to hell. Thank you for that, Justin.
He does not like that. All right. On to some better college football news, unless, again, you are a fan of the Texas Longhorns. But if you're a fan of any other team, and I mean any other team, this is probably the most enjoyable story of all time. Just absolute insanity broke out Monday. Dude, the needle cannot go far enough. It should be well beyond the green zone at this point, because Texas, we've already talked about it. They can't really leave their state of backness that they live in.
I'll save you
win or lose.
I'll save you spot at the table in the club, Justin.
But wow, they found out a way to get even more back than, dude, even I thought possible before this. Yes, okay, this was the original. Special teams coach Jeff Banks, brought over from Alabama. And then we'll go on from there. His, I guess in this case, now technically, yes, it is his pet monkey, bit a child on Halloween as they were attending the haunted house that had been set up. Great point.
The child is okay. The child is okay.
Yes, and apparently, the monkey had his shots. He's apparently vaccinated, whatever. But as Tyler pointed out, made a great point. The fact that a child was bitten by a monkey being the least interesting part of this entire story is mind-blowing, because then it just goes way down the rabbit hole from here.
Yeah, so this is actually an older tweet that came up. It was kind of recirculated after the story broke. So the monkey does belong to the, I guess you would call her the girlfriend of Jeff Banks.
Yes, adult female associate.
Sure. So she is a stripper with the amazing stage name of Pole Assassin. That is her monkey, which, as you can see here on this tweet, she has been known to take on stage with her as part of her act. The monkey is it's sorry, I just can't even get I can't even. So the monkey is
Look,
like
it's hard for all of us.
It is like a therapeutic animal, a stress animal that she does have that she takes on stage with her. Does come out that while they were in Tuscaloosa, Jeff Banks did also leave his wife and 4 children to be with the stripper. So shout out there.
Hey, but he runs a great punt team.
That's
I
true.
don't know. I mean,
He's
obviously he's good at something.
Frank Beamer vouches for this guy, I'm sure. So, as these rounds came along, there was, just kind of more and more broke up the day. I don't have everything clipped that I would want it to because the Pole Assassin, she did eventually delete her Twitter account where she was kind of responding to some of this. But here you can see that she goes out here saying, this is all lies, and Pro Football Talk commentator, just check and see if everybody's okay. You can see here Danny, the real name of the alleged real name of Pole Assassin, saying that the monkey was not part of the haunted house. The kid did not have permission to be there. There was not a vicious attack, just a small bite, according to stuff she later says. And then, as Ronnie did point out a minute ago, she did later confirm that the monkey does have its shots, is vaccinated, so hopefully not contagious. That's a good thing. They had a haunted house set up on the side of their house, which this kid allegedly snuck into, at which point in time was then attacked by the monkey. Don't know if the monkey has a stage name or not. That I'm not sure. We're still efforting on that. But this was just kind of one of those stories that it's like the more and more that came out, it was like this has to be real because nobody can make all this up.
It's too insane to be fake. Like, yes. Like, even if you tried to script it out, like, all right, this is my I hate Texas fan fiction. Like, dude, that's not believable. Come on. Like, there's no way. But no, this all happened. This is real life. Insane.
So still kind of looking at, because I'm sure more and more will come out of the story. Like the NFL kind of dominated the headlines today, so this took a bit of a backseat today, unfortunately. But I'm sure more will come out. But I mean, like, just kind of hearing all the bits and bobs of the story is just like, the guy that made Tiger King is like on the phone with Netflix right now. Like, give me $10 million and like 6 weeks, I will get you a 10-part series. Because there's way more to this, and it's just going to get crazier and crazier.
Look, when it first came out, just the initial tweet that we showed, his pet monkey. Okay, you're already like, word? Okay.
I'm intrigued. Yes.
Oh, it bit a kid. Wow, dude. What? I mean, that's not good for like a state employee. Employed by the University of Texas at Austin. And then everything else comes out. Oh, yes. Also, his live-in girlfriend is Pole Assassin, who works with the monkey on stage, the emotional support monkey.
Yes.
And there are videos. I don't have them readily available, but and they're not graphic, whatever. But
right.
Of said monkey assisting Pole Assassin on stage, grabbing dollar bills, what have you. But God, it just there's so many levels. And then Pole Assassin posts a video.
Can we also appreciate how amazing a stage name that is?
Well, I mean, that's probably the best stripper name I've ever heard. In fact, it is. I'll just say that right now. But as videos come out, yes, okay. Then she was on Jerry Springer like 6 years ago. I don't know. Various videos of the monkey assisting her on stage to gather the money. I believe the monkey's Instagram that she set up. Well, maybe the monkey. I mean, I guess he does have
The monkey
opposable
might do it
thumbs.
himself. Yeah.
So yeah, or with a team of social media managers. I don't know, but that is the only account still up. But again, actually, yes, I do want to shout out the Barons comment. Question is, how much more back can you get? And the answer is none. None more back.
None more.
Texas.
I mean, it had to be Texas, right? Like that's like I feel like if he was still at Alabama, Nick Saban would not stand for this. He wouldn't allow this to go on in his program. But you go to Texas, bro. Cuddy Sark is like, hey, I don't care. Do your thing. As long as our punt team, gets 20 punts inside the 20 by the end of the year, I'm good with it. I don't care what you do.
Dude, Cuddy Sark was already, dangling by a thread. But actually, this could be good for him in a way. It's not good for anyone over there. But he's going to get fired. We already know. They're just blowing all these fourth quarter leads. They look like ass. They're super back. Everything, all that comes with that.
Always back.
But I guess, now after he gets fired, the one thing that everyone will look back on is like, yeah, but what was up with that monkey stripper thing? Like, that was crazy, dude. Like, that's the only thing that people are going to talk about now. So I guess kind of dodging that bullet.
Another piece of information I did see is even going back to when Banks was at Alabama and first met Pole Assassin. Apparently, she has been used as a recruiting tool by Banks for players. Which, look, I was not a good football player, so there's no way a Division I program would come after me. But if you're like, hey, look, we're sending this program is sending a stripper named Pole Assassin that has a monkey on stage with her to recruit you, I'm in. I'm signing my letter of intent right now. Like that.
All right, yeah. I want to see what's going on down there. All right, I'm in.
Strippers with monkeys, dude. Sign me up.
Who knows where it goes from there? Jesus. Wow, dude. Again, the needle should be way more to the right. It should be underneath the green.
Yeah.
It probably should have snapped off by now, just spinning freely. But, woo! Texas, they have literally never been more back. Never been more back than they are right now. It's
not at all.
Stunning. Well, and again, very serious. Glad that the child is safe.
It's okay. Kid's okay.
The monkey is hopefully safe as well. Pole Assassin in these trying times. I hope she's fine. And special teams coach. They work it out. I don't know. Big game coming up on Saturday. But as we move on from that, we do have to talk about quite a considerable bit of NFL news that broke today and yesterday as well when we did not have a program. So we will see if we can get No ID Justin in here as he is able to go on the Tito Auto Body and Used Tires Celebrity Hotline. Also, shout out, I'm still working on the sponsorship for Hot Dogs El Tigre, who has a cart set up now outside of Tito Auto Body and Used Tires. Check them out on the Ave, as they say, University Avenue. But bring it into the program. No ID Justin, how the hell are you doing?
I'm fantastic. How you guys doing?
Doing great. Again, we're just hoping that Pole Assassin and the child and the monkey, of course, are okay.
I know it sucks, man. It's like a really slow week, man. I wish we could get some sports news stories going this week.
I know.
Maybe like a high profile NFL player gets COVID and we find out he's not vaccinated, or maybe like a stripper and a monkey bite a kid, or like. We could use some news like that, but instead we're just
begging
stuck
for
in a
weird
rut
stories.
here, man. We're too busy just talking about the Braves
Fighting
World
for
Series
scraps
and stuff,
Yeah.
Well, they did take out the trash. So shout out to the
yeah.
Braves.
Oh,
That
yeah.
Braves bang way past Cheats for
Special-
first title.
Special shout out to the Nationals social media team too.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Celebrating in a visitor's locker room. That was a good tweet.
Yeah. When they said, I believe the tweet consisted of something. I'm paraphrasing here, but something to the extent of, "Congratulations, Braves. The Houston Visitors dugout is a hell of a place to have a celebration." So
Absolutely.
good on 'em.
Think about that. That's how much everybody hates Houston. Is a NL East rival tweeting congratulations to the Braves.
Yeah. I mean,
It's kind of universal. We all saw the maps on social media. Like, what is the country rooting for? Basically, like 8 miles out of Houston, everyone else rooting against you.
yeah. And I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the Houston Astros are a stripper and a companion animal bite away from being Texas. So
I don't know, dude. I don't know if anyone could be more back than Texas. Texas football is just on another level. Dude, like I said, this set the bar so high for backness amongst Texas football that I could not even believe it.
it should be pointed out in regards to the World Series with the Braves, clinching that World Series win and hoisting the trophy. Every year since 2016, the team that eliminates the Dodgers has won the World Series.
It's true.
Other than the year the Dodgers won it, which nobody other than Dodgers fans seems to count, which is fine. Ring counts. I got this sweet cup right here that says 2020 World. Yeah, exactly.
You look. Well, all right. Let's start with the bad. Very bad. In the NFL. And look, as you know, I'm a Raider fan, but this kind of just goes beyond that. Henry Ruggs III, just an insane situation. Obviously, he's not playing for the Raiders. They already released him. He's never going to play football again, and probably going to do a considerable amount of jail time. Just crazy, though. I was trying to think today of guys that are really young and think they're bulletproof. They got a bunch of money, everything like that. Definitely will make bad decisions. But as far as an innocent bystander dying as a result of it, usually the ones I'm thinking of, it's like, all right, Aaron Hernandez, like he was actually trying to be violent, or I don't know, Ray Caruth or whatever. Like, this is just a tragedy all around. This guy had a whole career, life in front of him, earning potential, obviously, and then the real tragedy is someone that had no involvement at all ends up dying as a result of it.
And a dog.
Just absolutely madness there. Yeah, dude. I mean, there's no jokes to be made. There's no positive spin or anything. It's just insane. I mean,
No, there is no jokes. I'm sure we'll find some as time goes on because we are that heartless. But yeah, on the surface, it's just terrible, man. All across the board. And yeah, again, I'm not taking away that an individual lost their life, that a dog lost its life, that this was a horrible decision. Henry Ruggs is 22, 23?
22.
Yeah, I mean, again, let me preference this. I'm not condoning, I'm not defending nothing that he did. I'm just pointing out for the overall scope of tragedy that this entails. Not only did that woman at 20 years old lose her life, her dog lost his life. This 22-year-old man who had the world in front of him, the ability to have generational wealth to set his family up for generations to come, now he has to live the remainder of his life knowing that he made a stupid decision and took lives. It's fucking horrible all the way around, man. Like, T's and P's to everyone involved, including Henry Ruggs. And for those of you that don't like to hear that, or maybe don't want it, it's human, man. All right? Everybody makes mistakes. Not very many of us make a mistake this severe that takes another life. but let's not lose all our humanity here. You know, there's already one life gone. This guy's life is essentially gone, and again, to my point, he has to live the rest of his life knowing that he killed somebody. You know, like that's unimaginable. So yeah, just horrible across the board.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% there. It's very sad because, as you said, here's a guy, unlimited promise, potential out in front of him. He ruins that. You know, whatever earnings potentially he could bring to his family, whatever career he could have had, that's gone, all gone away. And the tragedy also is that someone is actually like dead behind this. Like they are gone now because of this just one terrible decision. It's just insane, like to see it just like that. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like, I absolutely get what you're saying, Justin. Like, I completely respect that from the human perspective. Like, you know, yeah, like he is going to have to live with this. Like, that is, you wouldn't wish anybody would have to live with that for the rest of their lives. Like, I completely understand what you're saying there, but at the same time, it's hard to find sympathy. Like, there is some sympathy there, but it's kind of hard to find sympathy for him. Like, look, NFL
Oh,
players,
no.
when you get signed to the NFL, you are given a card with a number that says if you are out and you have any drinks, you call this number, no questions asked. We won't you never have to discuss it. We will send a free driver for you
And that's
to
the
drive you
same.
wherever you want.
What you're saying right now, I've told a couple people over the last 24 hours who aren't familiar with sports or maybe aren't familiar. That is something that not only does the NFL have, the MLB has it, the NHL has
Right.
it, the NBA has it. It's across the board, and it's everywhere. And it's been going. They've had it in place for a very long time, well before Lyft or Uber ever existed. I mean, these guys have no excuse. Anytime you see an athlete get a DUI or anything of that nature, there's no excuse for it. You know, 100%. I'm right there with you. And I don't. It's not that I have sympathy for the man. I just, you know, recognizing the full scope of it and the full scale.
Sure.
Like, I mean, this guy's family. You know, Henry Ruggs has a family now that like has to deal with that and has to know that their son or their brother or their cousin or whoever, you know, like made this horrible decision and took a life. You know, it's just
Right.
It's shitty all the way around, man. And
I also agree with your point. It's kind of like unfortunately, you see a lot of DUI situations where there is a fatality or a serious injury. The person that like actually lives through it, they just got to think about it. They got to carry that around, you know, for the rest of their life. So it's just devastating for everyone.
And again, this isn't the premise to a joke. This isn't leading to a joke. But I mean, my God, this was a team that was 3-0, and everybody was just blown away by their wins, and they were on the uptick, and everything was finally coming together. And then you fast forward a month, and it's like the Gruden stuff, and then this, and it's, you know, it's just sad, man. Like it sucks.
Yeah, it is.
It's horrible.
As more and more came out, I was like, okay, it's not going to be good. I just hope nobody died. Then you find out somebody died. Then you find out like the details here in the tweet. He's going away for a while. And again, like on the one hand, he's fortunate that he lived through that, given all the circumstances here. But you know, that will also just weigh on your mind forever. Like you have to think about, man, like there was no reason for me to do that, and all this stuff happened after that. So yeah, just you know, huge.
Yeah, you're right. All around it is just super shitty. Like just no two ways around it.
Well, as we try to move on to, we couldn't not talk about it. Obviously, it's like one of the bigger things of the NFL in the last couple days. You know, I will just say that this is funny because I assume that he's fine. But yes, Aaron Rodgers not going to be able to play. Did get the COVID test. By all indications, he is okay. You know, he's not hospitalized, anything like that. But then you start seeing some of the digging backwards sort of things where he sort of said I'm immunized. Like, okay, well, what does that mean? Like, well, does that mean he already had it and he just thinks he can't get it again? I mean, even if you're vaccinated, you can get COVID again. But
Right.
all the dominoes start to kind of fall down here, and it just becomes more and more insane. And again, entertainment purposes only. Please believe that. But as far as the wagering community goes, I believe it was like a pick'em game against the Chiefs, and now it's Packers +8. Just off this news.
Well, now let's just hang on until maybe some signing becomes official later on. I'm sure that will definitely sway the line.
That could tilt the balance.
It could tilt the balance, but we'll get into that in a minute. We'll dig a little deeper into this. But yeah, it was announced he tested positive. And then I said a little more digging came around that, yes, Aaron Rodgers is actually not vaxxed. He is, as you said, as he said, quote, immunized, whatever that means. It kind of later comes out that maybe that means he's been like doing some holistic stuff.
Yeah, as we found out later, he tried to sort of run that up the chain. Like, hey, can I just get the vax status? And they were like, no. We already got enough problems. People already don't trust us. So it's just vax or not. Like, we're not giving you that. And then you find out, like, okay, well, he's still been doing the mask thing in the facility, doing the daily testing, basically treated as if, which he is not, an unvaccinated player. Yes, it is. It's a weird situation, though, because he is the reigning MVP and such a high-profile guy in the league, especially with all the off-season things that went on between him and the Packers and the back and forth and everything. And again, I think, from a health standpoint, he will be fine. I haven't heard any serious health implications, but it is an awkward look. And yeah, I guess if anyone would try to do the, I did a, green coffee bean extract enema, dude. So that should be my vaccine. Like, we're chilling, right?
You haven't heard any health concerns? Last time I checked, the best receiver in football had to miss a game last week. Don't tell me there's no health concerns.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, look, as this tweet says here, it's, they're kind of going through all the things that if you're not, this isn't like the NBA where the NBA is saying, look, if you're going to play for us this year, you have to be vaccinated. The NFL is saying you don't have to be vaccinated, but if you are not vaccinated, there are these extremely strict requirements you have to follow if you want to play. You can see some of them listed here, which I did see a report from the USA Today that came out this afternoon showing photos of Aaron Rodgers on the same flight as the rest of his team. So yes, to your point, Justin, he did have a star wide receiver that missed a game last week because of COVID, which now we see Aaron Rodgers has COVID and is not vaccinated here. So there have been obvious, not following of the rules here. And this isn't anything the NFL didn't know. So they've kind of been turning a blind eye because, okay, well, this is one of our star players.
What? No.
We're not, yeah, I know. Shock, right? So shame on him for kind of, going through this lie and not following the rules. Shame on the NFL for not punishing anybody. Justin, I saw you had a really good tweet earlier talking about how, people were coming down on Kyrie Irving for him not being vaxxed. And people need to be treating Rodgers the exact same. Come down on him. Like, he is a face of this league. And so now he's just outright lying, not following the rules. Like, he absolutely has to be punished in the same way, if not worse than Kyrie was.
No. Instead, he just thumbs his nose and acts all smug and shit while dirty white boy Cole Beasley and fucking flat earth Kyrie Irving take all the fucking heat, That's bullshit, in my opinion.
Dude, I will say, at least they put it out there. Like, I don't want to get it. I'm not going to get it, and I'll deal with whatever happens. So kind of, again, I mean, it's always fun to make fun of the NFL because they suck. And obviously they were in a way implicit in this. They knew sort of some of the extent of what was going on, and
yeah, and of course we lost Ronnie. It's almost 9:00, so of course we lose him. So according to this tweet, yeah, right. According to this tweet, supposedly the league is going to be coming down on him, but Absolutely deservedly so. Like, he has to be punished. He didn't follow the rules. The Packers didn't follow the rules. Obviously, the NFL didn't follow the rules, so it's ironic they'll be punishing him. But, this does kind of lead to a bigger thing of, like, the NFL obviously knew he was immunized, not vaxxed, and they just kind of let it go. So, I mean, that's just, losing a little bit more trust in the NFL. But I'm intrigued to see what they actually do to Aaron Rodgers.
Hell, even my boy Dak. Remember how much shit Dak got when before the season started? He just didn't want to answer the question, and they like misused HIPAA and shit like that. Everybody was crucifying that dude,
Which, by the way, Aaron Jones misused HIPAA again. I don't know if you saw that, but they asked him what he thought about the Aaron Rodgers thing, and he said, He said, I don't feel comfortable answering that. That's a HIPAA issue, which just further proof that nobody knows what HIPAA actually is.
No. Hippopotamus. Yeah, it is. It's a dicey situation, and we'll see how it plays out. But and yeah, I don't want people like, I'm not out here like, yeah, fuck Aaron Rodgers. I just think like, if this was Dak Prescott, you know what I mean? If it was Dak Prescott instead of Aaron Rodgers in this scenario, I'd be saying the same thing, dude. Like, hey,
sure,
take that fool to task. I don't care how nice of a guy he is, like. You gotta be consistent with that shit. And if you're gonna bash Cole Beasley, you're gonna make fun of Kyrie Irving and post all these memes and shit. Do the same thing when a high profile, likable guy makes the same mistake. Like it just, I just want it to be the same on both sides. And shit, I hope the guy gets back. I hope everything's fine. I hope he plays out the rest of the season, and then they get demolished by Dallas by 21 points in the playoffs. Like, that would be great. I don't want to beat them without Rodgers, but at the same time, like, when it comes to the media and how quick the public is to just lambaste these fools, it's like now it's Aaron Rodgers and it's literally, I mean, we're in the evening now. This has been news all day. And I haven't seen one person really, like, media-wise, just, like, go after that fool. Like, this is selfish. He lied, or you don't even have to say he lied. Don't even use that word. He misled, Like,
right.
Whatever wordage you want to use. But, like, take the guy to task, man. Like, he's not, like, immune to all the rules that everybody else has to deal with in the league who aren't vaccinated. And that's something.
Apparently, he is immune, according to his own words.
Well, and that's something I pointed out to Packers fan Mike in Vegas, Mr. Miv. It's like, okay, yeah, he's like, it's this air of like superiority that he has. Like when you go back to those comments where you referred to like, I'm not gonna comment on those guys. Like, you're one of those guys, dude. Like, you think this magical, immune, holistic shit that you did, you think nobody else did it? Like, I'm the only one that did it, so just give me vaccinated status. I'm fucking Aaron Rodgers, the discount double check. It's crappy, man. The guy's like, he's always had this sense of like ego and just, I'm better than everybody, smartest guy in the room type shit, and like now it's blowing up in his face, and I want to see him taking a task for it, and I feel like it's not going to happen. This is all just going to get swept away, and he'll be back on the field, winking at opposing sidelines and drawing people off sides.
Yeah, I'm completely with you on this one. Like, he absolutely needs to be taken to task for it. To your point about the the media lambasting, you're right. I've only heard one person in the media call him out, and again, it's just because I happen to be in my truck at the time. But Chris Broussard, basically calling him out for exactly what you said, which is not that you didn't want to get the vaccine. Like, that's fine. Hey, look, if you don't want to go vaccines, you don't trust the government, you don't like to be told what to take. I get that. Fine, whatever. But the fact that you led people on to think like, oh yeah, this guy's vaccinated, and it turns out, well, no, he was again drinking herbal gray tea twice a day, or whatever the hell it was. Like, there need to be repercussions for it.
It's funny you mentioned Chris Broussard, because I actually hate The Odd Couple, but with PMS being on Flex Alert today, I actually was listening to that like 45 minutes of the show when they were discussing the Rodgers stuff, and right there, like, he's, I agree. You don't have to come out and say he lied. That's fine. I mean, maybe that's a little drastic, but he clearly misled. Like, there's no denying that he misled everybody. And like, to that point, I mean, the guy's done post-game pressers all year. He hasn't done one with a mask on. That's calculated. The reason he's not wearing a mask out there, and Chris Broussard mentioned the same shit. The reason he's not wearing a mask to these post-game pressers is because immediately the first question from 50 reporters would be like, hey, why are you wearing a mask? And he would have to then in turn tell them, oh, well, I didn't actually take the vax, I had blah, 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 holistic this and that. So, yeah, this is 100% calculated. Aaron Rodgers is a brilliant dude. You think he'd just do this off the cuff? Like, this is all calculated and thought out, man.
Oh, yeah, that man never answers a question off the cuff. Anything he says is well thought out in advance. So, yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing this whole time. Now, to a point that Ronnie kind of touched on earlier today, or I think I touched on a little bit earlier in this conversation. So now Green Bay, without a starting quarterback, I mean, they have Jordan Love, maybe they go that way. But rumors are they maybe placed a call out to a construction site asking, hey, you got anybody that can help us? And I think there's a man that might be answering that call.
What would you do if you weren't playing football?
If I wasn't playing football, working construction, ripping cigs.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT is back. The one true GOAT of my heart.
The rumor is that Blake Bortles was on a flight to Green Bay earlier this morning after the news broke that the Packers will be looking to sign him in order to help their quarterback situation while Rodgers has to be isolated.
Real quick, shout out to the tweet. Just leading off with former Jaguars legend.
First of all,
tell me where it's wrong. Tell me where it's wrong.
First of all, yes. But
he's not actually a former legend. He's still a Jaguars legend. Current. That's where it's wrong.
You are always a Jaguars legend. That's true.
But again, shout out to the tweet. The way it ends, he was staring at double bogey on number 8 when he picked that. Hey, I got a thing, so got to skate. Just give me a par on that one.
Freaking the league is better hope Philly Riv don't catch wind that Green Bay needs a quarterback.
Wow, well, we'll see what happens with that. But
come in there and throw for 5,000 yards in 10 weeks, dude.
That's right.
Gosh darn it!
With 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions as well.
Hey, he's gonna be slanging it. I like that. And again, Bortles, you're right there in the Wentz, Jameis, Rivers also. Although, I mean, body of work, Rivers obviously kind of a different class, but just the league is better when you're in there. If you're not on my team.
Like I'm excited. Seeing him in the green and yellow, kind of one of those hollowed grounds of the NFL. That's just gonna be something. That's must watch TV.
You guys are way off base on this one, man. I want nothing more than for Jordan Love to come out and throw for like 500 yards and 6 touchdowns, and then Green Bay's like, you know what?
It would be funny.
Yeah, that would be mega storyline drama if that did happen. But no, I want Bortles to roll up, practice squad, boom, starting the game, full on gray beard. Like, where did they even get this guy? He just came off a crab boat, whatever.
They're smoking a heater during warm-ups.
Yeah, that's right.
This guy was running a Sawzall on a apartment complex like 2 hours ago. Now he's out there slanging the rock.
His mask has a little slit for menthols, just ripping right there on the sideline.
I tried to capture it also. I'm going to run back the video one more time. I know a lot of you guys have seen this, but pay attention to the interviewer on the left, her reaction to his response, because I try to zoom in just on that alone.
I've watched this clip 60 times, so I know exactly what we're looking at.
Like the shock and horror that she recoils with.
What would you do if you weren't playing football?
If I wasn't playing football, working construction, ripping cigs.
Like she responded as if she was like, "What do you see yourself doing if you weren't playing football?" And Blake Bortles was just like, "You, honey."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, you ask him a question, he's gonna shoot it straight, dude. That's the boat.
Yep. You know exactly what you're getting with Blake Bortles. He'll tell you his thoughts at all times.
And shout
What
out,
do you do
shout out
first
Blake
thing when you get up in the
Bortles.
morning? Usually piss.
One of my most phenomenal team names, Bortles Star Galactica. Shout out.
Beautiful. Love it. Love it.
Look, the league, obviously it's unfortunate circumstances. I hope Aaron's okay. I mean, suck it, Packers, whatever. Suck it, NFL, also. You guys all look like idiots. But I hope everyone's fine. It's just better when Blake is around. Like, just let Blakey Boat get in there and start cooking.
It's not Blake's fault. It's not Blake's fault.
It's not Blake's fault. It's not Blake's fault.
Well, one last piece of news to recap just a weird, wild 48 hours in the NFL today is former all-world player Odell Beckham Jr. will essentially not be playing the rest of the year. The Browns told him to go home and don't come back. I know, unfortunately, I wasn't able to clip it, but there was a tweet or an Instagram post sent out by his dad yesterday, kind of ragging on the Browns for not throwing him the ball. And then today they just say, "Don't come back." So weird story there.
You guys remember when Odell Beckham made that one-handed catch and they got beat by like 20? You guys remember that?
Yeah, we all remember the catch, though.
Those were good times.
Yeah. Actually, I heard a day or two ago, Dan Patrick kind of broke it down. He was like, dude, this guy's all-world, athlete, great talent, whatever, but some of that stuff just stands out more than the body of work. So we remember that as opposed to, like, is this a reliable guy? Browns kind of dealing with that. I guess if they release him, I think like some team would have to pick up like $8 million of his salary. And then next year, nothing guaranteed, not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. But yeah, it's going to be tough, dude.
Now Beckham is slated to make I want to say it's like 14 mil. It's a shade under 14 mil for each of the next 2 seasons on his current contract.
Yeah, but that's past the guarantee. The next 2 years are not guaranteed. Like, he can be cut at that point.
But still, yeah, like you said, either way, if the Browns were to release him and somebody wanted to pick him up, they would be on the slate for a nice big contract for half a season with the guy. So curious to see where he goes. And I mean, like, he can make some all-world plays, but he can also just completely either disappear from a game or get really flustered and basically become useless if a receiver kind of gets in his grill, gets in his head, or a DB gets in his grill and gets in his head, as we've seen. So, I mean, I would imagine some team's going to want him, but I don't know if they're going to want him at that money for half a season.
Not for $8 million, dude. I don't see it happening. If they think maybe someone is out there that will do that, I guess for the Browns, it doesn't really matter. That was kind of weird this morning when it was like, all right, he's here for practice, and they told him go home. I don't know. Weird situation. Like I said, like all the talent, not really like the consistent show up every day and every game, whatever guy. And the Browns, look, let's just be honest. I already said it. They're not going anywhere. They're going straight to the trash. I wanted to believe the hype, but I think the hype is done. So maybe it's better for both if they cut him. If they like sit him out, they still have to pay him. So I don't know where they really do with him at this point.
Yeah, like last year when he got hurt, I kind of remember saying I thought it would be better for the Browns as a whole, as weird as it sounds, like as talented as he is. If he's not there, now Baker has to spread it around, like actually like use his reads, go through his progressions, find the open man.
And well, his dad said he never throws to him anyway.
And yeah, but when Beckham's there, like, yeah, he's still, you gotta try and feed him. Look, I've seen him drop quite a few passes this year, so I think he wasn't helping his own argument. But Yeah, like I said, just a real weird situation. Unfortunate, guy kind of seemed like 3-4 years ago he was gonna, be the next big thing in the NFL, and now he's, hasn't really done much the last couple of years, and now where does he go?
Dude, watch the Raiders get this fool.
No way he gets past waivers, past the Lions.
And then Goff, like ducking him the ball, he's gonna be more mad if he goes to the Lions.
Yeah, but he'll get paid.
He's gonna get paid this year. He's gonna get paid.
He will not get a lack of targets.
Yeah, look, that's not. I don't think that's a unrealistic thought. Like, they can afford him. It's not like they have a huge payroll right now.
From what I gather on his contract, the 12.8 of his fully guaranteed for this season, he's already locked up, and then the only other guaranteed money he gets would be the $1 million bonus he gets over the next 2 seasons, and he gets that just for reporting to training camp, regardless.
Hmm.
So yeah, he has. I believe he has $1 million roster bonus next 2 years, but both of them, if he goes to a team, they just cut him, and then all that goes away.
Oh yeah, I got you there. Yeah, I just meant for the reason he wasn't traded, or if a team were to acquire him under the current contract, his current contract carries $15 million per year over the next 2 years. That's through I believe he's not an unrestricted free agent until 2024.
Well, I mean, there comes a time in every wide receiver's life when you have to go that Antonio Brown route, and just accept what you're worth is what you're worth, and maybe just reevaluate the entire situation.
Just
Yeah.
get him out of here.
Not much to say.
Get him out of here, dude. He fucking sucks.
Hey, good luck, Browns.
He'd be the sixth. He'd be the 6th best receiver on the Cowboys roster right now.
If he stays on the Browns, the only thing is, I don't know how it's sustainable that he could stay on the Browns. Already, the relationship is fractured. Cut him, or what are you gonna do? Just bench him? Sit him out and pay him? All right, well, I mean, try to put him on waivers. I don't know, but
yeah, unfortunately, the trade deadline's passed, so they can't get anything for him. It's just kind of a sunk cost at this point in time.
Man, remember it was. I feel like it was only 8 months ago. Everyone was so high on the Browns, the dream team, America's team. They got 1,000 running backs. They have OBJ. We didn't have to deal with OBS Senior posting these videos. Landry, all these guys. And now, dude, you're still a Browns. God. Baker falling off. Probably not going to get paid by the Browns. Well, commensurate with what he believes that he is worth. Man, what a turn.
Would you say they are who we thought they were?
I would say that, yes. I would say that. They are who I thought they were, but hoped they wouldn't be. But, yes, that they are who I thought they were.
Browns stay the Browns.
Yes, exactly. And it's a shame. But, hey, shout out to the freaking Braves. That's I want to wrap it up on that note, because thank you, Braves. You did it for America. If we're talking about America's team, it's the freaking Braves, dude.
On a week where Dallas is about to unveil red, white, and blue stripes down the helmet, and you're going to take that take right now?
You bet your ass I am. Dude. Dallas, all right, America's team, whatever.
Just, it's okay. Finish the sentence. Dallas is going to go 15-2 and win the championship.
Well, yeah, in like division with Heineken and the Giants and the punchy Giants and the freaking Eagles that suck. They all suck.
Yeah, well, at least we don't have no racist head coaches that we know about.
He's gone now. We solved the
we
problem.
know that we know about. I love just leaving that disclaimer in there because it is the NFL, so you never know.
We solved that problem. So, Raiders, Cowboys, Super Bowl. Raiders win by 30. But shout out to the Braves. Just doing it for the rest of us. Everyone else in the red, white, and blue. Just America.
Just
Thank
so
you.
we're clear too. Last time the Braves won the World Series, Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl champions. Last time the Milwaukee Bucks won an NBA championship, following year, Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl champions. Writing's on the wall, gentlemen. Get in.
Tom
while you
Landry's
can.
not walking through that door.
No, he's not. Thank God.
I will also say this: the last time the Cowboys won a championship, the Chargers got slaughtered in the Super Bowl the year before. That didn't happen last year, so that's looking bad for you.
Yeah, but you did get slaughtered by the Patriots.
Not in the Super Bowl, though.
No. But I mean, it was an all-world slaughtering. Was it 42-0 or something?
Dude, last time
Something like that.
the
Something like
Braves
that, yeah.
made the World Series, the Cowboys, I believe they won. But
probably won,
also, like Florida beat Georgia, so that's already been shattered. Forget it, dude. Like it's not guaranteed.
Fuck you, Brandon Marshall.
It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed.
Fucker's hairline isn't guaranteed. You see how far back on his dome that shit is? Makes LeBron look like he's got a full suit of head lettuce, you know?
Obviously, he's stressed out. I mean, who else? Yeah, like he responded in that way. He's dealing with a lot of things.
That is true. LeBron has some like bangs compared to him. That is something else.
Now, all right. Can we just get a Photoshop of LeBron with bangs, please? Someone.
Feathered and lethal.
All right. I think we should end on that note. If somebody wants to Photoshop that photo for us, though, hit us up. Send us that because I want to see it.
We won't pay you, but thanks.
No.
Oh, we'll shout you out. But yes.
No, for sure.
We don't have the financial resources to actually
We'll shout you out,
compensate.
but not without a 6-month commitment to do future Photoshops for us as well.
To do whatever photos we request.
I'll tell you, people would pay good money just to see the text exchange that came with us submitting ideas for Photoshops. All right, so we want Landon Donovan drinking out of the water fountain, but we want Bob Baffert's swole-ass muscle horse statue's face superimposed, but we want to keep Landon Donovan's lips in there. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, I'm tap dancing on the board right now, just trying to keep up. But yes, we need a Photoshop guy. Please step up. If you're out there, please come forward.
Ronnie Davis Fascio, feeling you.
I'm feeling you.
I think we should end on that. Please
Yeah,
take that
that's-
off the screen. Let's not end on this.
Yeah.
Please get this off the
I feel like it
screen.
needs to stay up.
That's it for me. 15-2, Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl.
There we go. Ron, anything else?
No. Thank you all. Please be safe out there. Whatever, dude. Cowboys, Raiders, Super Bowl, guaranteed. Again, Raiders by 30. By 1,000. Fuck it.
They're going to lose by way more than 30.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, Justin, for jumping on. Always appreciate it. Thank you for all the comments. We'll be back here on Friday, taking you into that sports weekend, NFL, college football, another UFC pay-per-view. There you can see the Dallas Star. But we will see you on Friday. We love you. You know the drill. Keep the fire.
Keep the fire.